Hello, all Hollywood Western Wardrobe fans. Welcome back to another video. This video here is what I'm going to call a stand-in video until the correct stuff arrives and stuff is being made. And I'll just kind of go into all this. But these are my John Wayne boots that I use as if I'm going to dress up as John Wayne. These are what I was using. And this is a pair of Ariat cowboy boots, kind of done in a distressed, worn. And I've worn these an awful lot, so there is some just wear on them per se than from distress coming from the factory. The Spurs. So John Wayne, well, let's just stay on the boots, I guess. John Wayne's boots did not have a round toe like these. These are kind of a pointy round. And John Wayne's kind of comes and then it's got a small little squared off edge. I've heard those called, it's not really a snip toe. It's actually called a French coffin toe, I believe. And I have found the boots just in the process of getting them. I found some that look really close. I'm looking at a few more other options before I make my decision on that. The Spurs. These are what that I bought a long time ago, bought them on eBay, and they were the closest thing that I could find to Dukes. So Dukes has what these are called chevrons, but Duke only has one big one pointing that way, another one pointing this way, and a line like a bar, and each one's touching it. And then he's got the silver on the back of this shank back here. Not like all like this, just little patches of silver. And then he's got a 5-star rowel on it. So I have the rowels. I just never put on the 5-star rowel on these because I am actually having Spurs made to look like John Wayne's. So hopefully those will be getting here relatively pretty soon. And until then, these were my stand-in Spurs for John Wayne. The Spur straps I also bought on eBay, and you guys can find these. I just got they're kind of like a old weathered, oiled, just plain brown. Looks very close to Duke's, and I'm happy with them. So that's what I went with, and I'll probably use these as well on my new Spurs, and then I will just sell these Spurs. Now I have went back on eBay to look to see if I could find these again, and I have been unable to locate them anywhere. The design is always, or on at least these and John Wayne's, on the outside of the boot. So if you go to the inside, it is just plain, and same way with on this one as well. So like I said, I don't know if all Spurs are that way, but these definitely were, and John Wayne's as well. Definitely when you walk, you don't need the what I call the jingle bells on the back that hang. These, you definitely hear these as you walk. And John Wayne, as far as I can tell, always wore the same Spurs in all his movies. From what I have found. I know Lee's Hondo, The Searchers, Rio Bravo. I want to say even Big Jake, and I think Cahill, U.S. Marshal. If he's wearing Spurs, it's usually his famous Spurs that I've never seen anybody else wear. I think they were specially made for John Wayne. So anyway, I'm having them made, and you can also purchase those. Come over to my personal Facebook page, which is John Holiday, and there's a link there to tell you how to get those Spurs if you're wanting them. Spurs I did not realize were so expensive until I started looking at Spurs. When I got online, because I was looking for John Wayne Spurs, and the John Wayne Spurs that were out there had sold, and they went from either $700 to $1,200. And I'm like, I just don't want to spend that much for a set of Spurs that, let's be honest, I'm not really wearing these Spurs out in public or anything. They're kind of more for show, for when I do displays and stuff. And I just didn't want to spend that much money. So I started looking, talking to people if they'd make them or if they made them. And I was just getting the run around. And I found out, like I said, they're very expensive. Some Spurs get up to like $10,000 for a pair, which is ridiculous in my book. Now, I'm sure if you're into that, that's probably a good price for you, but for what I'm going to use them for, not such a good price. So I talked to a gentleman. The name of the company, I want to make sure I get this right. It is Spurs, Bits, and Tack. And he's out of Mexico. And I've looked at his work, looks really good. He said he can make these. Shipping and everything, I want to say it was $275. That was the Spurs and shipping to my place. And I think he should be working on them right now. As of when we last talked, he was getting ready to start them. So there you go. So when those come in, I will obviously do a new video on the Spurs. And maybe by then I'll have what I'm going to call a more correct boot than these. But these are good stand-ins for right now. And these are my boots that I wear. So it's not like, oh, I'm going to get rid of my boots because I'm going to get a pair of more John Wayne looking ones. These are still my kick-around boots and stuff. So anyway, I just don't wear them with the Spurs when I go out. I don't know of anybody that wears Spurs anymore except for maybe in rodeos and stuff. So anyway, there is my stand-in John Wayne cowboy boots and Spurs until the new ones arrive. Until the next video, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.